gentlemen, and welcome to David M. Hughes Stadium for Hopkinton Hillers varsity football. It's the 2023-2024 fall season, and tonight the Hopkinton Hillers have their home and season opener where they will welcome in the Wayland Warriors. Tom Nappy alongside Wally Henneberry for the call tonight. Wally, are you ready for another season?
I can't believe it's already here. I'm really excited about another season here.
Absolutely, and there is some questionable weather in the area tonight. We will certainly be talking about that throughout tonight's broadcast.
Right, we were just checking the radar a little bit before the games, before we got on the air here, and it looks like there's a big wall of rain coming, but it may just skirt us. We'll see.
Yes, hopefully it'll miss us, but it'll be a wait-and-see situation for sure. But the Hillers, they come into this season, they lost many good pieces from last year's team to graduation, such as Joe Carrazza, Robert Litcher, Paul Litcher, Braden Hicks, Kevin Prasanna, Brendan McGowan, Seamus Murphy, Justin Sokol, Devin Canty, just to name a few. Yeah. So you're going to have a lot of new faces on this year's team, but the good news is they did return this year's captains, Charlie Petruni, Carlos Linton, and Jason Gerard, three big contributors on the defensive side of the ball. So while you're probably going to have a whole new offense, you're going to have some good defensive pieces back.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about seeing those three guys back again. I know Charlie Petruni was actually pretty good on offense last year, too, as a wide receiver, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again. But like you said, we're losing some big pieces of the offense with the Litcher brothers and Joe Carrazza, and also on the offensive and defensive lines with Devin Canty and Justin Sokol. Those are going to be big shoes to fill. And, but as it is every year in high school, you lose guys every year, and new guys come in and fill those spots almost like they were never gone. So we'll have to see who those people are that step up this year. I'm excited to find out.
Absolutely, and I got a good look at the Hillers in their last practice, and they looked good. It really didn't look like there was too many adjustments that had to be made. It looked like they were able to implement their systems well, and the athletes they had out there were pretty impressive looking. I know it was just a practice, so you can't judge much on that, but it was good to see that this team just seems ready for the season, especially their captains. They seem psyched to take those leadership roles and lead that defense.
Right, and the coaching staff was new last year, and so we're going to see them in their second year with another year, with the first year under their belt, and see. I think they have room to improve there, especially and they had problems in some games near the ends of the halves with clock management, and I'd like to see how they address those, and if everybody is kind of getting their feet under them and is better in that area as well.
And taking a look at the stats from last year, some guys that I think you might see contribute on the offensive side. I think Charlie Petruni is going to be a huge piece of that offense.
I agree. Like I said earlier, I definitely agree there.
Yeah, he had 18 receptions, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns last season. And then I think you'll see a guy like John Sanders step up maybe in the rush game. He only had 7 rushes last year, but he's pretty much the most experienced running back that you have on the roster.
Right. I know that with Joey Carrazza was really their bell cow last year, and he ran a lot. And I think we saw Cooper Fossbender kind of step up a little bit in some games where Carrazza may have been hurt a little bit, and it'd be interesting to see. I know he's a senior this year, so I'd like to see him get more time and see how he steps into that role.
And you saw Fossbender a lot in that fullback role this year. I think you're going to see more in that running back role, perhaps.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of a bigger kid, bigger than Carrazza was, so that'll be interesting to see.
Well, as every year, lots of new faces on the team, and certainly a new rotation to their offense and defense, and this year maybe more than some others, but we have a great crowd on hand here today, pumped to take in some Hiller football action, and this is a great rivalry that they formed with Wayland. They've played each other 10 games in recent history since 2013, and the Hillers, they've gotten the best of the series so far. They're 8-2 in those 10 games, but it's been a nice little rivalry that these two schools have developed. It's been in football as well as in basketball.
Wayland hasn't just been the nail to the Hopkinton hammer. A couple years ago, Wayland did kind of thump Hopkinton Hopkinton. They're about 40-6. So they're competitive in these games.
Oh, absolutely. And every year is a different story. And, the Hillers, they got the win last year, and you mentioned it, Wayland the year before that. They didn't play the year before that because of COVID. Wayland's actually won 2 of the last 3 times they've played, so they've had the upper edge in the last few years. But we'll see if the Hillers can continue the tradition they started, getting back on the winning track last season. In any case, it's a nice evening, at least for right now, football. Temperatures are in the 70s.
Right around the 80 mark, 79, 80. Yep, humid.
Yep, and it's actually, we were checking out the weather earlier because of the storms moving in, and it's actually getting more humid as the evening progresses.
Right, little wind's picking up too, so something's coming.
And we do have a Hiller field hockey update. They're up 2-1. They are playing right now down on the lower turf against Norwood, and we apologize we weren't able to bring you that game today because we got a crew at volleyball as well, and there's only so much of us to go around. But girls volleyball is live right now on our HCAM Ed channel, and we're here on HCAM TV. The team about to come out, and you can see the cheerleaders are gathered along the sideline with some of the youth football players, and the team will be coming out momentarily to start off the 2023-2024 season. And Wally, just looking around at this crowd, it seems like an ultra excited crowd, and I think these stands are going to be rocking tonight. Yeah,
especially on the new school year, everything's new, and everybody's excited to see their friends. Everybody's happy to be back at the stadium on a nice warm night. The last time everybody was here was probably last November, and it was pretty cold. So, everybody's excited to be here on a warm night, especially the excitement of the new season.
Absolutely. And one thing I got to experience last night was a tremendous Hiller boys soccer game. They got a nice 5-0 win over Norwood, and they pushed the game to the evening due to the extremely hot weather that we've had all week. And it was great. They had a whole student section down there cheering the team on, so it's a great atmosphere here at Hopkinton High School, and all the students love to support all their teams.
Yeah, they really do. They support all of them very well, and it's a nice sport environment in Hopkinton.
Absolutely, and while I have a moment, certainly want to give a shout out to our crew. We have Ashley directing today, John Ritz on camera. I'm Tom Nappy, and this is Wally Hannaberry, and we are ready to bring you some Hiller football. Game will be live on HCAM. Let's take a look at the other TVL matchups that are going on this evening. There's a couple going on right now. Medfield is at Medway. That game had a 6 o'clock start. Last check, Medfield was up 14-0 in the second quarter. And of course, Medfield, that's a big opponent of Hopkinton. That's the team we'll see this season.
Yeah, they always give Hopkinton trouble.
Yes, and it's always a great game with them. And Bellingham, wind picking up as you can hear. Bellingham is at BMR. That game's going to be Saturday at noon, tomorrow at noon. And then you have Dover Sherborne at Ashland. That is tonight over at Ashland High School. 6:30 kickoff to that game. That should be a good atmosphere over there. Dover Sherborne Ashland becoming a great TVL small rivalry. Actually, Ashland has since moved up to the large, but a great TVL rivalry nonetheless.
Yeah, they've had a good team the last few years. They've really brought up their program.
And we'll have the Thanksgiving matchup, but that'll be over in Ashland, so we won't be on the call for that game. But who knows? Maybe we'll be there anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I will be anyway.
Absolutely. And then also tonight, you got Dedham at Wellesley. Actually, that's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. You got Tri-County at Millis, 6:30 start to that one. A good small school matchup there. Randolph at Norton, 7 p.m. start. And a couple of great matchups here. Stoughton at Norwood happening tonight. That game at a 6 p.m. start. We'll try to get you an update as to what is going on with Norwood. And then we'll have also tonight Weymouth at Westwood, a 7 p.m. game. Westwood, another team that the Hillers will see out of the TVL Large this season. So week 1 is off, it's underway, and some great matchups here to start off the season. But the wind is picking up, and hopefully that means the precipitation won't pick up, but time will tell. And just looking at this forecast, yeah, there's a big storm, but is it going to miss us? Possibly. So there is a chance.
It's coming. It's definitely coming.
It likely won't, but
we'll probably get something, whether it's light or heavy, but we'll get a little something. So the cheerleaders are lined up, and they've got their banner up. So the team's getting ready to come onto the field. They're lined up in the, I don't know what you would call it there, in the woods. Getting ready to come through.
In the path. Here we go.
The opening of the woods.
Here's the Hillers. We'll let you listen in. Welcome in to the 2023-2024 season. The crowd is electric, and we are just about ready for kickoff here at David M. Hughes Stadium. Mark Sanborn returning to the helm for his third season as head coach. And he returns assistants Will Collins, Anthony Gonzalez, Brian Prescott, Cheney Goddard, and freshman staff Corey Mills and James Cross. I think the Hillers, Wally, they got a great coaching staff to lead the way.
Yeah, I do too, and they've been getting better each year, and I'm looking forward to another step forward. You know, they really do handle themselves well. Like I said, the only issues I had last year was just a little bit of clock management, but I'm sure they'll get those problems ironed out, and they'll be a real force here in the TVL.
Absolutely. There's high hopes for this team this season, as there should be. In just a moment, we'll have the coin flip.
I want to mention the captains are this year number 44, Carlos Linton, number 8, Charlie Petruni, we've mentioned before, and then number 77, Jason Girard. Those three guys will make it out to center for the center field in a minute.
Welcome to Chick Welch Field at the David M. Hughes Stadium. Tonight, the hometown Hopkinton Hillers of the Tri-Valley League welcome our dual county rival, the Wayland Warriors. Wayland was led by head coach Scott Parsegian, while Mark Sanborn begins his third season at the helm of the Hillers. Captains for the Warriors, number 21, Max Dressens, number 55, Jack Kerrigan, and number 75, Dylan Offman. For Hopkinton, your captains, number 8, Charlie Petruni, number 44, Carlos Linton, and number 77, Jason Girard. To be moved from the access lot. It is Massachusetts plates 5PK292, and it is an Infinity 5. negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans. Such actions, including taunting, trash talking, and berating of players, coaches, and officials. The Tri-Valley League has also adopted a zero-tolerance policy, and warnings will not be issued. Offenders will be ejected from the premises, so please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fellow fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Now we ask that you please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, performed tonight by the high school band under the direction of Mr. Craig Hay. I believe it was Wayland who won the coin flip and deferred, so they will be kicking. And it looks like they will be kicking off.
Well, we don't know what the results of the coin flip were, but Wayland will be receiving.
All right. They will be receiving. I stand incorrected. Lining it up to kick for the Hopkinton Hillers is the sophomore John Winslow. He'll tee it up. And there's a pretty steady wind blowing, so I think that's going to affect the pass game a little bit and the kicking game.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely will affect both games, right?
Most certainly. Winslow set to kick, a pair back to receive for Wayland, and the kick is end over end. It'll sail back to the 10-yard line, and it'll get by Benjamin Wright, who is back to receive, but he will down it in the end zone for a touchback, and he got lucky there that he didn't make contact with the ball.
Came through his hands, and then it rolled through the back of the end zone for the touchback.
So here comes the Wayland Warriors offense, and they will work right to left across your screen, and game one is underway here on this windy, potentially stormy Friday night.
Right. I'll tell you what, that was an impressive kickoff. We didn't know what to expect with a new kicker this year, and that was a good kick. Maybe possibly a little bit wind behind it, but I think the wind's really cutting across the field. So a decent kick.
It certainly was. I think the wind is blowing towards Wayland, so might have got a little boost from that. Looks like it's going to be Michael Caulfield, who lines up as the quarterback out of the gun, motion from left to right, and he's back to pass, and we get a whistle. It's Michael Keenan, the quarterback for Wayland.
False start.
False start. I know Wayland, they have a number of new faces as well, so there might be a bit of adjustment period for this Warriors offense. Michael Keenan, a junior for Wayland. First season as the Wayland starting quarterback.
First and 15.
Waiting for the sticks to get set, and here we go.
Gonna line it up out of the gun with a back to his right.
Walker in motion.
Takes the snap, and he'll hand it off. It's going to be a run up the gut, and this is going to be for pretty good yards, up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like a 15-yard run. Looks like a first down there.
And that was the captain, Max Dressens. He's a familiar name from last season. And he gets about 15 yards on that carry.
Yeah, they move the chains, so they've got a first down here on the first play, 15 yards. That's a nice pickup for Wayland right there.
Back to the line they go. As Keenan lining it up. Out of the gun with a back to his right. Motion along the left side. Back to pass. Looks to his right. And it's bobbled and then caught by his intended target, Mekhi Walker. And Walker still on his feet, eluding tacklers. Cuts all the way across back to the near side. 35 to 40. And he gets to about the 45 before he's brought down.
He lost the ball on the tackle, but it looks like he appeared to either get it back or they ruled him down. So there's a first down for Wayland on a botched play, and that was a backwards pass. If he had dropped that ball would have been live.
That was Sean Baker on the tackle for the Hillers, and Mekhi Walker ended up turning that in to a 16-yard gain.
Big pickup for him. Yeah, he really eluded a lot of tacklers there.
Well, one thing the Hillers are going to have to do is they are going to have to tackle.
I was going to say tackle him.
Wayland has a lot of speed coming out of the backfield.
So already right out of the gate, we've seen Walker in motion twice, and he's gotten the ball once, so it might be a guy to keep an eye on here early going.
Keenan out of the gun and goes to Walker once again. This time he'll cut across to the far side and be brought down for a loss.
Yeah, solid tackle. But they set the edge there, and the edge rusher really grasped him really solidly, and then the linebacker came up and finished him off. That's a 3-yard loss there.
That was Charlie Petruni in on the stop.
I should call that a 4-yard loss.
Nice tackle there by Petruni, and Wally, I don't want to jinx it, but I did see a flash of lightning off in the distance.
You did? You saw that?
You can't say that, then they'll stop the game.
It was very distant, however. And we're going to get a whistle here.
I don't see a flag.
It's going to be against the Hillers. So we're going to get a neutral zone infraction, 5-yard penalty against the Hillers. That's going to make it a 2nd and 10 for Wayland, as they'll move back up and get all those yards they lost on that last play back.
Right.
Now we got it. We'll cook it now.
And they'll line it up out of the gun with a man in the backfield.
See you till tomorrow.
2 receivers to the left, and he's going to go with the fake here and hand it off, and it's going to be a run up the near side. And
Looks like
a good
short.
pickup.
Yeah, it's going to be short of the first down, though. It's going to be about a yard or two short of the first down.
It was Peyton Morin on the carry, and he picks up several yards there.
Technically, yeah, that is a run. Another backwards pass. Short one, but still backwards, and that's a run.
Yeah, he went play action and had the quick handoff, and it paid off for Wayland. 3rd and about 2 to go, as they line it up out of the gun once again. And it's going to be another handoff, this time testing the middle of that defense, and he's trying to push forward. Can he get enough? Still on his feet, and he may have just got enough. And actually, he came out of the other side of the pile with the ball. Michael Caulfield pushing through the middle of the defense, and he's going to have enough.
Yeah, that was really a which team is stronger play. And Wayland, had probably more guys pushing harder than the Hillers did at that point.
And he ran right at the big junior in the middle of that defensive line, Sean Baker, who seemed to have a good rap on him, but he just kept pushing forward, and then his teammates behind him pushed him forward even more. Keenan going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right. 2 receivers to his right. He's going to pitch it to the backfield, and on the sweep is Max Dressens. And Dressens works his way up to about the 41.
Max Dressens.
So that's going to be a pickup of a couple there.
Looks like about 4 yards. Yeah, it's about. So we're going to look at about 2nd and 6 here.
They will mark him for 4, and Second and about 6 to go for this Wayland offense, which is slowly but surely moving up the field. But now we're bringing it back, so there must have been a late flag that came in.
Yeah, no, a flag that we couldn't see.
And that is going to push them back about
10 yards.
Yeah, about 10 yards, right? Yeah, a little more than that. They moved it back past the 50 to about the 49, so about 12 yards or so.
16 from midfield.
Second and 16 now for Wayland, who we have not really seen throw a pass yet. Let's see if they do it with this long yardage situation. They won't hear. It's going to be Mackay Walker getting the call, and the Hillers defense is ready for it as he's brought down in the backfield for a loss, led by none other than the captain, Charlie Petruni.
Yeah, he leveled him right about 1 or 2 yards in the backfield, just right through him, just flattened him backwards.
Third and a full 22.
So they lose about 5 yards there, and makes it third and about 22 to go. No way, they're moving it back up.
Forward progress keeps it at third and 16.
They're going to give us some forward progress, so they actually didn't lose much.
Yeah, I hit him right at the line, I guess. It looked like, to me, he was in the backfield, but that could have been, all the end result of the play.
Out of the gun they go once again, this time back to pass, looks to his left, throws to his left, nearly intercepted. His intended target was Benjamin Wright. It was a great move by Wright as he dove into Matt Bernardin, who was on coverage, and prevented him from getting the interception. And that'll bring up fourth down and about 16 to go for Wayland, and they are going to punt it away. So despite the fact they moved the chains a couple times, the Hillers defense gets a good stop.
Yeah, they were really driving, and then they really hurt themselves with that long penalty.
The snap and the kick. It's a high-flying punt by Mackay Walker over to the far side, and it's fumbled at the 20. Loose ball, and it's going to be Wayland football. Unbelievable.
Calling for a fair catch, and then he muffed the catch. And Wayland's able to jump right on it.
You're just about to get the ball back, and you do that. So now the Hiller defense will have to come back out to the field and hope for a stop, and Wayland going to have some very good field position as they will start their... Oh no, it's going to be Hopkinton. So they're going to rule him down. So the Hillers got away with one there, I'd say, Wally.
Yeah, that's a close one. I guess he must have caught it momentarily with his knee already on the ground.
I mean, I don't want Wayland to have the turnover, but I'm a little surprised, I must say.
Quick whistle.
As they're going to line it up with Rivard out of the gun, and it's going to be a direct run up the middle that doesn't go very far. So the Hillers offense is on the field. And that'll bring up second and 10. So we get a look at the new quarterback for the Hillers, Julian Rivard, a junior, leading the offense this season. Taking over for Paul Lisher. And he is going to line it up with Ja'Kai Bellafato in the backfield after we get everything squared away.
And we got a second and 10. Last play really didn't go anywhere. I think it was Bellafato on the run up the middle for no gain.
Out of the gun they go. Back to pass. He'll throw to his right. It is caught by Pantera. And here he goes up the near side, across midfield, past the 40, and he's dragged down just shy of the 35.
That's going to be a flag there for the horse collar tackle, too.
Sam Pantera is a big target for the Hillers, has a lot of power, and is not easy to bring down.
Yeah, he made that catch, and then he stiff arm to get free. Really put the defender on the floor, and then ran until he was tackled. But it was a horse collar tackle. It's going to be a personal foul right there.
It will be indeed. That's about a There's about a 40-yard gain. Now you add on the foul, and you're going to wind up with very good field position.
First and 10 going in for the Hillers at the Wayland 22-yard line.
The ball is marked at the 22-yard line. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Belafato is the man in the backfield. Trips receivers to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and a good run there by Belafato, the senior, as he gets to about the 15 or so.
About 5 more yards there, 4 or 5 yards, right up the middle. Good blocking by the interior line.
Like a gain of about 3, it'll be second or 7 for the Hillers.
So we got 4 or 5 yards there, and the Hillers moving right along. And they are in the red zone. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Cooper Fossbender is in the backfield. Motion from right to left. Fossbender gets the call, cutting towards the near side, and he will be brought down with his... At around the 11, his knee came down, so a nice little pickup there. And it looks like it's going to be enough to move the chains.
On the 11-yard line.
So we're going to, first and 10 from the 11. So could have as many as 8 cracks here at the end zone if you go for it on all the downs.
So this Hiller offense, a lot of new faces, but moving pretty effectively here on their first drive of the season.
You got Fossbender in the backfield here.
Vard out of the gun, will hand it off to Fossbender, and he'll charge up the middle.
Again for both.
And we got a late flag coming in.
So about 4-yard gain, 4 or 5 yards, and then a couple of flags down.
And we'll see if this was extracurricular after the run there by Fossbender. And it will be against Wayland, so there's the good news.
So we're probably going to go about half the distance here, probably somewhere around the 3-yard line.
Against Wayland.
First and goal from the 3 for the Hillers.
Around the 3-yard line.
Vard back out to the huddle.
And we've got Belafato in the backfield.
Belafato.
Yep.
3 receivers lined up to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off. No, he's going to fake and takes it near side and rushes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great play. Play action to Belafato. Everybody bid on the fake, and Rivard was able to just walk into the end zone untouched.
Julian Rivard, the junior quarterback, putting the Hillers up 6-0 at 3:41 left to go.
Really, really good play there by the Hillers. They sold it really well. Everybody went for the play action fake to Belafato.
And now for the extra point, they have John Winslow out there. Snap and the kick gets blocked. So the extra point is no good, but the Hillers lead it 6-0. And after a wild start to this one and a sequence in which you thought the Hillers might have fumbled the punt,
right,
Wayland might have gotten it. It turns out not to be the case. They roll them down. The Hillers offense able to come out, and they capitalize.
Yeah, I think maybe a fortuitous call for the Hillers there to start the drive, to give them the ball. I know Wayland certainly thought they had it. So did we. But they turned that call to their advantage and used it for a scoring drive.
It's a 2-minute, 24-second drive.
That's a quick one.
Yeah, certainly was.
That big play by Pantera. He ate up all those yards in time right there.
Yeah, he went 69 yards in 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Impressive stuff by the Hiller offense. Winslow set to kick it away. He'll send it end over end, a low-flying kick, but a good one, back to the 10-yard line. Here's the return up the far side, and it's going to be a good return by Benjamin Wright, who will be dragged out of bounds at around the 43-44.
Yeah, good return. Winslow can get his kicks a little higher, give his coverage team time to get down there. They have some because he's 2 deep kicks. Like the deep kicks, just they get down there quick and gives him time, Wayland time for a run back.
So we'll see the Wayland offense, who on their first drive, they burned a little over 8 minutes of clock, but they were not able to get a score. They were effective in the running game at times, but the Hiller defense showing they could bend a little, but not necessarily break.
Yeah, I think they only threw 1 forward pass, and the rest were all runs, and then they hurt themselves with the big penalty.
Keenan going to line it up out of the gun. A man in the backfield. He'll hand it off, and it's going to be a run up the middle. It's going to be a good one. Charging forward up the near side. The captain, Max Dressens, dragged out of bounds at around the 25. There is a flag down. We might have a flag with the tackle from John Sanda. They might get him for a horse collar.
Yeah, it could be either a horse collar or a face mask.
So that is a 33-yard run by the captain, Max Dressens, and we've already seen him have a
couple of runs.
Couple of good runs today. If he keeps that up, I think that's going to be the guy you see Wayland going to a whole lot tonight. And it looks like it's actually going to be against Wayland.
Yeah, it was a face mask, but the other way.
15 yards from the point of the...
We got to be more optimistic, I guess, Wally.
Yeah.
So Wayland will move back to the 40, so that'll erase some of the yardage, but it'll still be a first and 10.
And a play like that does give Wayland and Dressing in particular confidence going forward here. So first and 10 from the 40, from the Hiller 40.
And there's motion left to right as it's going to be a handoff. Keenan hands it off, run up the near side, and it is going to be a pickup of 4 or 5 yards there. On the carry that time was Nathan Kilman.
So they're looking at a 2nd and 5 here.
Wayland looking towards the sideline for the play call. They have a young offense out there as well. A lot of sophomores and juniors in their offense. As Keenan going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right.
Walker in motion again.
Back to pass, throws to his right. Walker it is, and this time the Hiller defense ready for him. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, I think about a yard gain, but he got drilled. Again, that's another backwards pass or pretty straight lateral pass sideways. So they like that those screen passes, but they got to be careful with throwing them backwards and they get dropped.
Yeah, it looks like they do a whole lot of nickel and diming up the field.
Right. But I would hope the Hillers will be alert if one of those backwards passes gets dropped, that the Hillers will jump on the live ball.
And Wayland looking to the sideline for the play call. 1:35 and counting left to go in the first quarter, and you can see some confusion on the Wayland offense, and they're going to talk things over. Well, Wally, a good start for the Hillers. You get your first offensive drive. You got a new quarterback at the helm, new running backs essentially, and you're able to capitalize, get the first score of the game.
Yeah, I was impressed. I thought Rivard looked really good and comfortable out there as the quarterback, and Fossbender we've seen before. He's a talented running back, and Belafonte also impressed, and they really drove down the field very quickly and did well.
And if you're here at the game and you lost a wallet or cell phone, come up to the booth. As we are off the timeout, 1:33 left to go. Wayland is set to go.
I think people are watching on their phone here, maybe?
Of course, they want to hear us walk.
All right, here we come out of the timeout, and we're looking at 3rd and 5 here for Wayland.
Keenan going to line it up Out of the gun with a back to his left. That is the captain, Max Dressens, to his left.
Walker in motion.
And he'll roll out to his left
he's
under
done.
pressure, dragged down in the backfield. Taking him down is the junior, Evan Fitzpatrick.
Great sack. Nice to see a sack to start the season right there.
And that's going to be a big loss of yardage.
Yeah, that's 10 yards easy. They were running another one of those misdirection plays. They had Walker in motion going to the right, and he was going to fake that way. He was coming left, and the Hillers were not fooled. They jumped right on him and wouldn't let go, which is nice to see. He wasn't able to escape.
They will punt it away. Mekhi Walker back to punt. The snap, the kick, good punt. And it's going to sail to the 10, it land, and it's going to end up right around the 1. What a punt
Laid
by
down.
Mekhi Walker.
It just laid there on the goal line. Stop dead.
Wow. That is exactly what Wayland has hoped for, and typically you don't get that kind of luck, but they did there.
Usually the only time you get one down there is if your own team can down it, but that just rolled down and stopped dead. It's like when you're lining up a 15-foot putt and it sits there on the lip of the cup.
So the Hillers are pinned back deep, all the way at their own 1. 1:10 left to go here in this first quarter. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right. Receiver spread out to either side. Takes the snap, and he'll throw a quick pass to Nick Pedroli. And Pedroli will give the Hillers some room as he'll take it up to about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that's just what they need in that first play of the drive, is to get out from the shadow of the goalpost. Give yourselves a little bit of room to maneuver without it. You know, when you're on the goal line, you have no margin for error there.
Now they have a little room to work with, and that was a good little play there.
Yeah.
Nice little quick out.
Right, about 6 yards, looking at about 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5.
The Hillers do have a lot of speed at the receiver position. That'll be a huge asset this season. Rivard out of the gun once again. He's going to hand it off, and here goes Bellafato.
And he gets drilled right about the line of scrimmage.
And if he broke that one tackle, he would have found some room, but just couldn't get by it.
Yeah, there was a lot of space, but boy, he got bear hugged. There was no getting out of that one.
I believe that was the captain, Max Dressens, making the play. And that is going to be a loss of a couple.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter there.
So the first quarter will come to an end. The Hillers leading 6-0 over the Wayland Warriors. When we start the second quarter, we'll switch ends and the Hillers offense will come back out. But in the meantime, let's give you an update from Hiller Field Hockey, and not good news for the Hiller fans. Looks like they're now trailing 3-2, and I'd imagine they're towards the end of that game.
Well, the clock's just hit triple zeros.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the quarter or half or the end of the game.
I'm going to guess that's probably it.
Yeah,
So it looks like the Hillers and Norwood had a good battle down at the field hockey turf, but based on what I'm seeing on the scoreboard, it looks like Norwood coming out on top. So we're watching the weather, Wally, and we see some distant flashes of lightning, hoping it doesn't move closer. Obviously, the officials are certainly monitoring it as well.
Right, and I haven't seen any flashes in the last 10 minutes or so. They were getting frequent, but now they're not, so hopefully it's moving away.
Yes. And let's see if we can get some score updates from around the TVL. It looks like Norwood is leading at Stoughton 14-0, and that's a cross matchup of the Hockenbach and the TVL, which you'll see a lot this season throughout the TVL. Medfield leading Medway. That score is the halftime score, 20-0. They should be in progress in the third quarter now as we are ready for the second quarter. Rivard out of the gun, takes the snap, rolls to his right, and completes it along the far sideline for a first down plus some. And that was a good catch by Sam Pantera.
Yeah, nice play. The defense fell for the short man, and he threw it over to Pantera for a bigger gain. And we're looking at the Doppler here just to kind of pick up on that theme. And the weather is coming. Looks like a light wave coming first, and then a little brief respite. Hopefully we can finish the game in there.
And we thank our meteorologist, Wally, for that report.
Doing my best.
But an 11-yard pickup on that last play. First and 10 from about the 17-18. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun, motion from right to left, and he will hand it off. And bursting up the middle, finding room for 5 or 6 yards is Pedroli.
Yeah, he was the man in motion. Took the handoff and then turned straight upfield. And that's a gain of about 7, 8, or maybe 9. Now they're marking him with 2nd and 1 now.
Oh, wow. All right, 9 yards it is. He got a couple extra yards there as he fought his way forward, being brought down. Back to the line they go. If you look at the offensive approach of both teams, it's kind of similar in a lot of ways. As Rivard going to line it up in the gun, motion right to left, and he'll hand it off, run up the middle, good for maybe a yard if anything.
Yeah, a little double action there. You play fake on the guy in motion, give it to Belafato up the middle. And it looks like they gave him the yard for the first down.
So that will indeed move the chains. They got just what they needed. First and 10 from the 29-yard line.
1 yard in a cloud of dust, and you get the first down.
Well, I like what I'm seeing out of this Hiller backfield. They got a lot of speed with Belafato, Pedroli, and a lot of different guys they can go to.
Yeah, and the offensive line looks good. They're getting a push on these short runs. So a little bit of strength there, too, up front.
Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Belafato in the backfield, takes the snap, looks to his left, completes to his left. Sam Pantera off the screen, and he is going to be brought down after not much.
Yeah, maybe a yard or 2.
So good awareness there by the Wayland defense.
He's at the 29-yard line.
Gain. So they'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 29. 9:52 and counting left to go in the second quarter. The crowd's starting to get into it. Great atmosphere here at David M. Hughes Stadium.
Fossbender is out there for Belafato. Give Belafato a breather.
Vard out of the gun, throws to his left, and it's a screen once again. Pantera up the near side, and he's brought down at around the 37-38.
Pushing for an extra 3 yards there in the end. Nice run for Pantera after he caught the ball.
And that will be a pickup of several yards.
Oh, we got a flag on the play.
It looks like it's coming back.
Complete to Sam Pantera for a gain of about 8, but there is a penalty flag on.
So erase the reception from Pantera. It's coming back with the flag. And it's going to push the Hillers back to the 22-yard line.
Boy, so we're looking at 2nd and 15 here.
So the Hillers with some work to do. We'll see if they open up that pass game with this long yardage situation. Var going to line it up out of the gun, a man in the backfield. 2 receivers spread out to either side, hands it off, run up the middle. Maybe a yard or 2 there.
A little bit up the middle. Now they got a long way to go on 3rd. It's going to be about 3rd and 13.
I believe that was Fossbender on the carry. So the Hillers likely going to need a pass in this situation, Wally.
Yeah, actually they didn't give him any yards at all. So 3rd and 15 here. Yeah, they're going to have to go to the air unless they just want to keep it conservative and punt.
Vard going to line it up.
4 receivers.
Belafato in the backfield. 4 receivers on the field. 2 lined up to either side. Takes the snap, looks to his right, throws up the middle. It's caught, and it's going to be a big gain. Sam Pantera brought down at around the 49-yard line. About a 27-yard pickup.
Great run, great route, great pass. Nice crossing route by Pantera. Perfect timing for Rivard. Nice pass, and they get a big gain out of it. Pantera runs hard after he gets the ball, and he has gotten extra yards with guys on him so far all tonight. I would say all night, but it hasn't been all night yet. But he's been doing it since the beginning of the game so far.
Yeah, he was a guy that was used more as a tight end last year.
I was going to say that, yeah.
And this year you're seeing him get those reps at receiver.
Yeah, and he's still got the strength of the tight end.
Var going to line it up out of the gun, man in the backfield, two to either side, takes a snap under pressure, drag down. Taking him down for a loss is going to be John Chelsea, the junior.
Yeah, that one hurts.
So the Hillers get a big play, but now the Wayland defense comes up with a big play of their own.
Yeah, that's a 12-yard loss there. We're looking at 2nd and 22 or so.
2nd and 21, according to the scoreboard. 6:50 and counting left to go here in this second quarter. The Hillers looking to respond after the loss due to the sack by Chelsea. The snap, and Rivera's going to backpedal, throws to his right, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, he had to throw it off his back foot. Both the tackles got overpowered by the defensive line, and they were coming free at the quarterback. So he really had to get rid of it. He didn't have time to look over his reads.
That brings up 3rd and 21 from the 38-yard line.
That might be something to watch here going forward. That's 2 in a row where the offensive line kind of gave it up, and they've been looking good, really good so far. But that play, especially both tackles, got steamrolled.
Well, you have to expect that Wayland on this play is going to bring the pressure. You're going to have to likely get rid of the ball quick.
Right now we're at 3rd and 21.
Vard out of the gun. We're going to get a Hiller timeout.
Timeout for Hillers.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Timeout on the field by the Hillers. A 6-0 Hiller lead. They'll talk things over about what to do in this 3rd and 21 situation from the 28-yard line.
Yeah, the Hillers are going to talk this over. Last time they were in the same situation, 3rd and 15, and they converted. They're going to talk it over and decide if they want to try that same play or not.
So, when we have a moment, how about some more TVL updates? Dover Sherborne is trailing Ashland 19-7. They're in the second quarter. And what else do we have here?
It sounds like the Ashland offense is doing well tonight so far.
They certainly are. Dover Sherborne would be a huge notch in the belt if they're able to take the win. Foxborough leading Holliston 6-0, and that should be quite a battle they got going at Committee and Field. Holliston and Foxborough, two schools that let's just say don't necessarily like each other.
Yeah, and they both beat the Hillers last year, if I'm not mistaken.
You are unfortunately correct.
2 tough games for the Hillers. A couple of good teams, or at least they were last year.
We're talking to these captains on the Hillers. Their number 1 goal this year, beat Holliston.
Yeah.
3rd and 21 from the 38. Rivard gonna line it up out of the gun. Man in the backfield, 3 receivers to his right, takes the snap, throws to his right, and it is incomplete through the hands of his intended target, Christian Pereira. It was a good throw, but Pereira unable to come out with it, and that'll bring a 4th down and bring the Hiller punting unit out.
I'll tell you what, Rivard really showed me something on that play. Really nice throw, pretty close to his target while he was getting hit right up the middle. So the defensive pressure came right at him, straight up the middle, and he took a shot right in the midsection as he was releasing the ball. So good on him to be standing in there.
They got Russell Perryman out there to punt it away. He was actually used as a punter last year as well. The snap and the kick, and it is going to be end over end, a high-hanging punt. Doesn't get a whole lot of distance, but will take a Hiller's roll up to about the 37.
Yeah, high but short.
So that is where the Wayland Warriors will start this drive, working a left to right across your screen. 6:12 left to go in the first half. And Wayland with an opportunity to try to tie this game up. And Wally, I was standing corrected about the field hockey game. It looks like it's still going on.
Oh, it must have been the end of the quarter.
Seems like quite a battle down there. A longer lasting game as well. Wayland offense comes back out. Michael Keenan gonna line it up out of the gun with a back to his right.
Walker in motion again. They run that every time.
He'll go to the up back, and it's Walker
still
up
going.
the middle,
Still
still
going.
pushing forward, and he will be brought down at around the 46, about a 9-yard pickup.
So they run Walker in motion every time. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Walker does not go in motion.
That brings up second and 3 from the 46, so mark him for about 7.
I'm going to say a short 3.
And they will line it up with a 2-back set. Walker once again in motion. The
fumble.
snap is dropped.
He's down.
And he's going to be ruled down. Contact was made. I believe it was Danny Bolos, the junior, who made some contact with the quarterback for the down ruling. So that will be a loss of a couple.
Unforced error there on Wayland. Drop him back about 4 more yards. So now we're looking at a third, and now it says 3rd and 5. Now I'd say it's a long 5.
3rd and a 5.5, we'll say.
It was a short 3 before. Now it's a long 5.
We're going to get a false start.
Encroachment.
All right, encroachment.
That's going to.
It's the last time I tried to guess.
And the referee's trying to walk it off the wrong way, and Wayland players are telling him, "Hey, you're going the wrong way."
Someone on that Hiller front likely jumped, and that'll give Wayland really back those yards that they just lost.
And they're looking at a 3rd and inches. They might even come out and measure that.
That's the kind of thing that'll drive a coach crazy, when you just give away yards in a crucial situation like that.
They measured it from the eyeball test from the sideline, so that's a first down.
So that does indeed move the chains as Michael Keenan looks to the sideline for the play. Keenan lined it up with the offset eye, and he will hand it off.
Ooh.
Run up the middle. There goes Walker.
He's gone.
Bursting through. See you later. And that is the captain, Max Dressens, all the way to the end zone. A 52-yard touchdown run.
Once he got through the line, it was pretty obvious that he wasn't going to get much more resistance.
Well, that certainly hurts if you're the Hillers. Your defense has been doing a good job all day and not giving up many big plays, and when they do, they're typically able to kind of seal you in and keep you to shorter plays and eventually stop you, but that time just a broken defensive play.
That encroachment really hurt there. They had him at 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 5.
Snap and the kick end over end, and it's good.
Yeah, the Hillers had them back 3rd and 5. Then the encroachment gave them the first down, and then the next play, 50-yard touchdown.
So Wayland takes the lead 7-6 with 4:10 left to go in the first half. And that was a 63-yard drive that lasted just over a second over 2 minutes.
Oh, quick strike. Like those 50-yard chunks, they really speed up the drives.
And of course, it's capped off by the 52-yard touchdown run by the captain, Max Dressens. Well, that's the guy that the Hillers defense is just going to have to key in on.
Yeah, he's been their most productive player of the whole game so far.
Wayland teeing it it up as the wind picking up a little bit here at David M. Hughes Stadium. As Peyton Morin set to kick it away. Correction, that was Dylan.
Oh, and there's a booted kick.
And we had a whistle right after the kick was launched. They're going to do it again.
Is there an offsides on Wayland, perhaps?
Well, Wayland's moving back, so I think it is.
Offsides on Wayland on the kick.
So that'll push him back 5. And the Hillers actually kind of luck out there.
Oh, Jake Bellafato caught that with his foot, and it went 30 yards straight in front of him.
Oh, boy. Special teams might be something the Hillers work a lot on this week. Englehart, the sophomore, set to kick it away. And we got the legendary Steve Simos on PA announcing tonight, doing a great job.
Oh,
certainly have to give him a shout out as it's fumbled off the kick up, and then picked up. And here goes Bellafato trying to take it up the far side, and he's eluding tacklers, still finding room somehow, but he's brought down at around what looks to be about the 15 or so.
That was an interesting adventure of a kick. Bellafato ended up with it, but he's not the one that first touched it.
Right, it was Pereira who made initial contact, and fortunately for Pereira, Bellafato was right there.
Yeah, backing up his teammate.
So the Hillers get the ball back with 4 minutes left to go in the first half, and they'll have to work quickly to try to get a score here.
All right, so they're officially on the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 12. So they got a ways to go here in 4 minutes.
Larry going to line it up out of the gun. 2 receivers spread out to either side, motion right to left, play action, and he will hand it off. Run up the middle for a yard or 2.
Yeah, look like Bellafato up the middle.
So the Hillers going to have to open it up a little bit, clock running down.
Yeah, the Hillers really want points before the half here. And I think they would like to do it, or all of us would like them to do it without really leaving much time on the clock for Wayland.
Vard going to line it up. Bellafato in the backfield. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap, looks to his right, throws the screen. It's caught by Pereira. Up the far side he goes, and that should be a first down. Or close to it.
Yeah, nice throw outside to the numbers on the sideline. Pereira, it is a first down. I think that's Pereira's first catch of the night.
You are correct. Pick up several yards there. That moves the chains.
Clock stops.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
The clock did stop here. 3:01 to go. Pereira got out of bounds. 3 receivers to the left.
Vard out of the gun, rolls to his left, throws upfield, and was that pass batted a little bit by the defender? In any case, it's incomplete to his intended target, Sam Pantera.
Yeah, it could have been touched. That kind of dropped in front of Pantera.
Well, that was Mackay Walker reaching the hand up there, and may have nicked it, but it doesn't matter in any case. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 24.
2:55 on the clock. What was that? Just 6 seconds off the clock on that play. So here we go. Time management, an issue last year. Let's see how they handle it.
Rivard and the offense back up to the line. Rivard out of the gun, takes the snap, throws the screen to his right. It's complete,
it's Pantera.
And it's going to be Pantera for 6 or 7 there. Actually, was that Pereira? I believe that might have been Pereira.
So now we're looking at about 3rd and 3. Clock is still running, 2:35. Now this is what happened last year. They would have trouble getting the plays in fast enough, and they ran out of time. So if they can turn this around and score some points, it won't be an issue. Interesting to watch here. Same setup, 3 receivers on the left.
And Pantera, the outside receiver on the left this time. And it's going to be a run. And it looked like it was dropped and picked up by Belafato before he's dragged out of bounds close to a first down.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be close.
And they're going to give him the first down.
Yep. He's at the 30, right at the 35.
So that's about a 4-yard pickup, just enough by Belafato for the first down.
And the clock stops at 2:07. He's out of bounds.
Vard back out to the huddle, and that's another positive tribute to that last play is to stop the clock.
So what did we start with, 4 minutes on this drive?
4 minutes on the nose.
So we're just about 2 minutes in.
And you're not halfway up the field yet.
Right.
And this time out of the pistol, we'll hand it off to the man in motion, Petroli. Petroli cutting up the near side. It doesn't get very far.
And he doesn't get out of bounds. Clock is going to run.
And that was not the intention of that play.
So
only got about 3 or 4 yards.
5 yards, yeah, we're looking at 2nd and 5. They're rushing the play in. They're all set.
Out of the pistol once again. Throws to his right, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended target, Sam Pantera.
Yeah, right through his hands. A high ball, but too bad. It does stop the clock, though. So at 1:35 to go here in the half. 3rd and 5.
So the Hillers going to need to move those chains on this play, or likely they'll punt it away. You certainly don't want to give Wayland good field position this late in the half.
Right, especially with the wind going against him. It looked like on the last punt, giving Wayland good field position with, minute and a half to go.
Vard going to line it up out of the gun. Pantera is receiver flanking to the left, and he'll throw to his right. Pereira up the near side. Gets out of bounds, and it looks like he moves the chains, and he will.
Yeah, first down, and he got out of bounds. Nice play, smart play. Smart call, smart execution.
They give him 8 yards. The Hillers now 1st and 10 from the 48. Clock is
still
ticking.
rolling. It shouldn't be, though.
No, they got to put some time back on.
There should be 4 more seconds on the clock. That doesn't help the Hillers. They lose a few seconds when they really can't.
And here's a run up the middle, Fossbender, and he did not get out of bounds. The clock will keep rolling. Did pick up some good yardage, and will move the chains, but gets up to the 43.
And we got a timeout, Hopkinton, and the real confusion on the other sideline with the chains gang. So they've got about 1 yard here, 2nd and 1. With the other 2 guys were moving the sticks like it was a first down. I think it's a good call for a timeout here for the Hillers.
I thought it was the first down.
It's just short.
Just short, it looks
but they started moving immediately, so you thought it was. But like I said, I think this is a good call for a timeout.
Yeah, you need to talk things over here. Slow it down a little.
Exactly, slow it down.
You're going to have to come out of this running some pretty rapid plays. So.
Yeah, you might want to call a couple of plays right here so everybody has them.
Hey, you'd have to imagine that you're going to throw a couple of longer type of plays in there.
And you can do that if you do it safely. So even if they're incomplete, they'll stop the clock. And you kind of want to, and you want to work the sidelines.
Bard going to line it up out of the gun. 2 receivers spread out to either side. In motion is Pereira as he'll move to the right side. Takes the snap. Will throw up the left side of Pantera.
Whoa,
and that's going to be pass interference. Defender all over him.
Yeah, defender never turned his back around, so it's going to be pass interference on Wayland. Looked like he caught it too at first, and then
he almost did. It was just knocked out of his hands, and the defender was grabbing at him well before the ball was thrown, so the Hillers will get the majority of the yardage they would have got if that was caught.
That'll be a 15-yarder rather than a spot foul, correct?
Correct.
They're discussing it down there, and no one's moving. Here we go.
Clock is stopped at 56 seconds left to go.
I like that call. Deep ball down the left, one-on-one coverage. That way you get either a completion, or hopefully, or an incompletion, or a pass interference.
Well, it was a smart play call by Coach Sanborn. They sent Pereira in motion to kind of throw the defense off a little bit, and then Pantera just shot up the left side.
The officials are talking over, and they're staying down near where the infraction occurred.
Are they going to say he caught it?
Now they're coming back.
So it should be 15 yards
15
added
yards.
on.
Right.
Will certainly be a new set of downs for the Hillers.
Pass was ruled incomplete.
Wow. All right, okay, so they ruled the pass incomplete, and now they're adding on the 15 yards.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Interference ball will be taken.
So the Hillers going to move up to the 30-yard line, and it'll be a first and 10.
Warrior, 30-yard line. First and 10.
Right about the 28, actually, I think.
You got 56 seconds to make it about 28 yards.
Yep. First and 10 from the 28.
That should be plenty of time if you do it correctly.
Hopefully they've got a couple of plays in their back pocket here.
Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. He'll hand it off, and bursting up the middle is Fossbender, but he's brought down after a short gain.
And he lost his helmet, and he's down.
And it looks like he might have been a little shooken up there. Fossbender, a lot of force running up the middle, and looks like he took a pretty hard hit, but back to his feet, walking off the field. Ended up picking up 3 on that play. Second and 7 from the 25.
The clock stopped, I think, with the injury.
So pace off
And then they just started the clock up again.
40 seconds and counting left to go in this half. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Back pedals,
looking
looks
deep
up the middle, and it is incomplete.
Oh.
But dropped by the defender, Benjamin Wright. And I think that there should have been a hold call on the defense. Pantera was getting held as he was trying to run up the field, and unfortunately it looks like the officials missed it.
Yeah, he couldn't get where he wanted to go, and that ball was in the hands of the defender, and he dropped it.
And that ball was catchable for Pantera as well, so they should have gotten that call.
Now third and 7.
But you don't know who's going to see him, unfortunately.
Now we're looking at, the markers are third down, 3rd and 7, 30 seconds to go.
Rivard takes the snap, throws the screen to his left. Here goes
Pantera.
Pantera up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds.
He's going to have a first down and stop the clock.
And where did he get up to? About the 15, I want to say.
Yep, right on the 15. 23 seconds to go. Stop the clock. Another smart play working the sidelines. They had the call in quickly. They executed it well.
I'll tell you what, so far the Hillers running this 2-minute drill quite effectively.
I agree with you.
Rivard is going to line it up out of the gun with Pelafano in the backfield. 2 to either side. Takes the snap, throws the screen, and it's going to be Pedroli for not much.
He's got 5 yards, and they called a timeout, I believe. Yeah, timeout Hillers. Another good call for a good timeout because he was nowhere near the sideline.
That was a good job by Pedroli making that little extra reach for that extra yard or 2.
Yep.
Clock is stopped at 15 seconds left to go. And I think this is the Hillers' last timeout.
It's got to be.
Well, if you can come up with a score here, take the lead back going into half, that is just huge for the Hillers. And that's what they'll try to do here, get the last second score and take that lead back heading into the halftime locker room.
Well, they are knocking on the door here. They're right on the 10-yard line.
So far on this drive, the Hillers have gone 95 yards in 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Can they finish with a score?
The first 2 minutes of the drive were slow, and they picked up the pace at about the 2-minute mark. Just like you said, they're running the 2-minute drill very well.
And things in that Ashland over Sherborne game getting a little heated up. It's now 26-19 Ashland. 6:50 left to play in the third, so back and forth they go over at Ashland High School.
Yeah, it looks like a tough one over there.
Back to the line go the Hillers. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Belafato in the backfield. He has 3 receivers spread out to his right. Now in motion is Pereira. He'll move over to the left slot, takes the snap, throws up the right side, but we have a whistle. And who's it on is the question.
Looks like it's against the Hillers.
He's not facing the way we want it,
Yeah,
and he's
against the
certainly not
Hillers.
walking the way we want it.
5-yard penalty against the Hillers.
Prior to the snap, we call it a false
You
start.
cannot afford to give up 5 yards here.
Moving back is now 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. 14 seconds.
So that brings up
Second and
10 from the 15.
So you've really got time for 3 quick plays, 3 quick strikes.
Takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws upfield, incomplete. Over the head of his intended target, Sam Pantera.
Yeah, they almost look like they weren't really on the same page. I think Rivard thought that Pantera was going to be deep in the end zone, and Pantera was on like the goal line.
And that ball was a little overthrown there. Yeah, miscommunication.
It may also have been that Pantera was, pretty well covered, and Rivard wanted to
Well,
really
Rivera was under pressure.
Yeah, and he
too.
wanted to get rid of it and give only Pantera a chance to catch it. Last thing he wants is an interception.
So they'll get another couple shots at it.
9 seconds here. They did lose 5 seconds on that play. They need a really quicker strike than that, but you can't be too disappointed with that, though.
Rivard out of the gun. 3 receivers spread out to his left. Takes the snap. Looks upfield. Throws upfield. Incomplete. Intended target was Nick Pedroli.
I think Pantera also got held up there again. Not a little bit downfield.
See, that one, though, wasn't really catchable.
Yeah,
It was
no,
out of the
not
back of the end zone.
Not for him, but
A few plays ago, they should have had that call.
so here we go, another 5 seconds. So here's your last play of the half,
This is it,
possibly,
really, yeah.
unless there's a defensive penalty.
Unless you get rid of it real quick.
Yeah.
But this is it. It's either hit or miss here. Yes.
And there's no thought of kicking a field goal here for Coach Sanborn.
Well, it's a strong wind out there, and I'm not quite sure what the field goal abilities are.
Right.
Rivard out of the gun, Belafato in the backfield, 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap, throws to the left side, and it's batted away.
And there's no flags, and that'll be the end of the half.
I think what the reason why the refs didn't throw the flag is the receiver's head was turned towards the ball, and that was very good defensive coverage in the end zone. I believe that was Benjamin Wright on coverage who was able to take Perryman out of the play, and that'll do it for the first half, but we very much have ourselves a good game here, and at the halftime break, it is Wayland 7, Hillers 6, a whole nother half to go. Wally, what are your thoughts about that first half?
Well, the only difference in the game here is the blocked extra point. So it's been very close. Both teams have hurt themselves with penalties. Both teams have helped themselves with long plays. So it's really anybody's game at this point, and a really exciting game, I think.
It certainly is, and we have a whole nother half of excitement coming up in just a few minutes at the halftime break. Hopkinton Hillers trail the Wayland Warriors 7-6. A whole lot more football left to come. Be sure to stick around. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers varsity football on HCAM. Welcome back into David M. Hughes Stadium. We are ready for the third quarter. Wayland Warriors will be kicking off. Left to right across your screen, a 7-6 Wayland lead, but plenty of time left to go. And the Hillers get to start with the football.
Well, they had good momentum kind of at that last drive, even though they didn't get any points out of it. They drove 80 yards, so let's see if they can do something with it here to start the second half.
Dylan Engelhardt kicks it off. It sails to about the 10 and a pretty good return up to about the 21-22.
So during halftime, we consulted our weather partners here, and the Doppler radar looks like the thunderstorms that are surrounding us are kind of going to move to the north. So it looks like we may be spared at this point.
It's looking good, but of course anything's possible.
That's right. You know how things can change around here.
There's Pereira on the return, so the Hillers first and 10 from the 23. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Two receivers line up to his left now. Motion right to left. He'll hand it off. And that run won't get very far as Belfato is dragged down in the backfield. On the tackle is Mackay Walker.
Yeah, loss of about 3. So we're going to look at second and 13 here from about the 20.
Not too many negative runs by the Hillers.
No. Not a whole lot of negative plays for either team, really. Just a couple. I think each team might have a sack.
Back up to the line they go. Rivard going to line up out of the gun, and he will go play action, throws the screen to his left, and here comes Pereira up the near sideline where he's pushed out of bounds, just shy of the 30. Let's see where they mark him out, though. Looks like they're going to mark him out at around the 23. So about a 4-yard pickup there.
Yeah, we're looking at 3rd and 9 here.
So the Hillers got a good amount of yards through the air in the first half, about 115 yards through the air, which is substantially more than they got on the ground, and it was a lot of shorter routes, and we'll see if they bring that style back here in the second half as Rivard out of the pistol takes the snap, rolls to his right, and it's caught by, I believe that was Logan Richardson.
That's a first down. That's going to be a gain of about 11 yards.
Passing the right flat, complete to Sam Pantera.
Oh, there's my eyes deceiving me again. It was Sam Pantera, number 5, and he makes the catch for the first down as
First and 10 at the Hiller 38.
Like you were saying that they've
marked down at the 38, 14-yard pickup.
You were saying they've had some good luck through the air in the first half. And a lot of that also is yards after the catch. Yeah, the Hiller receivers do a very good job of that.
Whereas another name you could call it by the Pantera factor.
Yeah, a lot of it is Sam Pantera. He really does grind it out after he catches the ball.
Rivard out of the gun, will hand it off. Here goes Belfato fighting his way up the near side, takes a big hit as he falls at around the 40-yard line, and there was a little helmet-to-helmet contact on that hit.
Yeah, he took a shot. Got about 1.5 yards, more than that, maybe about 2.5 yards. Took a big shot and then wobbled down.
Ends up getting 3 yards out of it.
Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for the Hillers.
And Belfato was the guy that the Hillers tried to rush a good amount in the first half, but only ended up coming up with about 12 yards rushing-wise.
They've got Cooper Fospender in there now for Belfato.
Rivard out of the gun, throws up the middle. It's caught by Pedroli. Oh, no, he dropped it.
Yeah, he had it for a second. It was a nice pass. Good blitz pickup by Fossbender gave Rivard time to step into his throw, really threaded the needle, and it bounced off the receiver, who I think had it and got it knocked out of his hands.
I believe it was Luke DiPietro Froyo who got the hit on him. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 from the 41. Well, the Hillers weren't able to capitalize going into the halftime locker room. This is a big situation here for the Hillers. If they can get something going, it could really shift the momentum.
Yeah, they've had good luck on 3rd and long. Let's hope they can continue.
Rivard back to pass, rolls to his right, and it's incomplete in front of his intended target, Sam Pantera.
Another good block in the backfield by Cooper Fossbender. Gave Rivard plenty of time, but just couldn't complete the pass.
So that brings up 4th and 7, and we'll see if the Hillers will punt.
Yeah, their first punt wasn't a very great one. We'll see how this one goes.
They will indeed. Russell Perryman is out there. He's set to punt it away, and he's had only one punt so far today. It was a shorter one. Let's see if we can go a little better here. It's a wobbly one, and up the far side it goes. Takes a big Wayland bounce to about the 47. So Wayland's going to have some very good field position.
Yeah, real Wayland bounce, and curiously the Hillers did not jump on it. They let it roll back.
47-yard line.
So here comes the Wayland offense to start at their own 46-yard line, working left to right across your screen. And this Hiller defense, they have been pretty fantastic so far tonight, Wally, and they'll certainly have to keep being fantastic, because this game certainly has the makings of a close one and a low-scoring one.
Right, very low-scoring game, yeah. And they've really only given up one big play, and that's been the difference.
Michael Keenan and the offense back out on the field.
Walker in motion.
Out of the gun he goes. He'll hand it off. Run up the middle. It's going to be a big run. Dressens, and will take a big hit as he gets to about the 37 or so.
And he just ran over one of our defensive backs there. Like John Sandin, number 23, just ran him over and got a few more yards out of that. That Dressen is really an impressive offensive player and defensive. I think got a couple of tackles on his own right.
That's a 16-yard pickup for Dressens. And they will once again line it up out of the gun. They like those draw plays, and here goes Dressens once again, and he fought his way for a couple there.
On the carry for a gain of about 3.
We're going to give him about 2 or 3 yards there.
So they really do like that play with Walker in motion going backwards away from the line, then handing it right to Dressen, who goes forwards, obviously. But he's been very successful.
And Wayland working relatively quickly here as they will hand it off. Coming out of the backfield, it's none other than Dressens. Looks like he's the workhorse so far for this drive as he fights his way up to the 32.
Yeah, and they'll want to work quickly. And this with that play working, they think they've got the Hillers offensive line kind of tired. The offensive line is getting a good push on them, so they want to keep it rolling and not let Hopkinton catch their wind or to substitute.
Well, oddly enough, Wayland only had 49 yards of offensive production in the first half, but a couple of penalties helped them take the lead, as this is going to be another run. This time testing the near side is Micaiah Walker, and Walker is going to get some good yardage. Push out of bounds at around the 25.
Yeah, so that first half touchdown run by Dressen was 52 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And if they have 40-something yards of offense, they would have had negative yards without that one play.
Yeah, it was a 15 rather. They give them about 17 yards on that last run, and it's 1st and 10 from the 16.
16-yard line.
They will go out of the gun once again. Keenan going to pitch it to his left, and here goes Dressens as he will sweep up the far side. We get a late flag in there, and it looks like Dressens got pretty close to that first down.
Yeah, three flags all at once there.
And a little concerning for the Hillers. Looks like Russell Perryman came up with a bit of a limp, and he is their punter. Looks like he's going to come out of the game to get checked out.
And that penalty is going to go against Wayland, I believe. Yep, they pushed him back.
That will certainly help the Hillers' case. So erase that last play, which would have been good for about 10 yards. But it is going to push Wayland back to, it looks like they have it marked at the 20.
First and 15 from the 20.
Out of the gun they go. Snap. And he will go play action. Throws to his right, a wide open man. And into the end zone goes Owen Finnegan. A 20-yard touchdown reception. He was just left wide open. Clearly a blown coverage by the Hillers.
Yeah, no one even concerned themselves with Owen Finnegan there. He just ran into the end zone, caught the ball, and that was it. No one knew he was on the field except for the quarterback.
And now for the extra point attempt. Dylan Englehart set for the extra point. He's 1 for 1 so far today.
Ooh, that's
and this
blocked.
one's blocked. So the extra point no good, but Wayland adds on to their lead. It is a 13-6 game with 6:20 left to go in the third quarter. Well, certainly not the start you wanted if you're the Hillers.
No, they were not able to go anywhere on their drive and had to punt. And then Wayland comes right down and scores a touchdown.
That drive went 3 minutes and 3 seconds for a total of 54 yards.
So now we've got 2 blocked extra points in this game, 1 for each team. The Hillers will be receiving the ball now again, see if they can answer.
Owen Finnegan with the 20-yard touchdown reception, adding on to the Wayland lead.
Hillers are out there waiting. Wayland's not lined up yet.
Wayland brings out their kicking unit, and they must be feeling good and confident, adding on to that lead. And momentum starting to shift a little bit. If you're the Hillers here, you need to make a big offensive stand.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah, and you can feel the momentum has changed.
This is a rivalry that has gone pretty back and forth over the last few years. The Hillers got the win last year. Wayland hoping to break that streak this year. End over end, and it'll be caught out around the 15-yard line. And here comes Belafato, and Belafato with a big return up to about the 46.
Yeah, he was laying there too on the 45-yard line, 46. Another late hit that wasn't called. I don't know if the defender was knocked into him or not, but
there is a flag.
I do see, yeah, there is a flag there now. That looked like a late hit to me.
So this is going to help out the Hillers even more, I think.
Let's see if the call is what I thought it was. That should be an unsportsmanlike call. That'll be 15 more yards.
Right.
So it should be 40-yard line in Wayland's territory.
There's the call. It will indeed be against Wayland on sportsmanlike conduct.
Sportsmanlike conduct, personal foul. After the whistle on the Wayland Warriors.
So the Hillers going to have very good field position to start this drive, and this could be just what they needed.
Ooh.
And this is going to be a 25-yard penalty.
Wow.
25?
Moving them up to the 25-yard line. I think there was a couple penalties. There was a couple infractions.
He did mention, he did make the motions for 2 penalties. So there must have been 2 on top of each other. Wow. Yep, 2 fouls to get the confirmation.
Rivard going to line it up out of the gun with Belafato in the backfield. Takes the snap, looks to his left. It's batted down. Good defensive play there. Batting the pass down. That was the senior, Finn Bernstead. That brings up second and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, they've got to strike first here, not let Wayland get their win back after that demoralizing double penalty.
We'll go out of the pistol this time, and it's going to be a run by Belafato.
He's dropped for a loss, 2-yard loss.
And it looks like, once again, dragging him down was Finn Bernstead. Back-to-back big plays for the senior.
27.
That brings up third down and 12 from the 27, so a loss of 2 there. And I think Wayland has kind of caught on to the Hiller run game. I'll be surprised if you don't see the Hillers try to open up the pass a little bit more.
Yeah, they have been successful with the pass.
Rivard is out of the gun in the backfield. That is Belafato. Takes the snap, throws up the right side, incomplete. And it looks like the defender, Owen Finnegan, got a piece of it.
So now the Hillers are in like an in-between spot here where too far for a field goal, especially where the inexperienced field goal kicker, and they're really too close to punt, obviously. So they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I think you got to go for it.
4th and 12, yeah.
So Wayland hoping for a big turnover if they could stop the Hillers here. Still a lot of time left to go in this game, 5:15 left. Hillers hoping for a big play to extend this drive.
They've had success on 3rd and long. Let's hope they can keep it up.
Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. 3 receivers spread out to his left. And we're going to get a false start.
That's going to push them back 5 more yards. Talk about 3rd and long. I don't know how much luck they can push here on 3rd and long.
Feels like in every crucial situation tonight, there's been a Hillers penalty, and there has actually been a penalty, but the Hillers are just shooting themselves in the foot.
Right. Yeah, this is a penalty they can ill afford at this stage of the game and in this part of the field.
That makes it now 4th and 17.
Almost consider punting it here. One more penalty and maybe they will.
Yeah. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap. Looks to his right. Throws to his right.
He's being held.
And it is incomplete in the direction of Pantera.
He was being held. But not egregiously.
Yeah, I don't think it was egregiously. There was maybe a little contact, but I don't know if it was enough to call. The ref was right on it, so I feel like if he saw a grab, he would have threw that flag.
Just from my angle, I felt like he was holding his right hand down. But in any case, the Hillers turn it over on downs.
Yes, they do, and that is a huge stop for Wayland. That was a drive that the Hillers started from Wayland's 25-yard line. They got absolutely nowhere.
They went backwards.
Right.
Yeah, a drive of -7 yards.
So here comes Wayland. They'll start from their own 32, working left to right. Motion from left to right. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, fighting his way forward, and the ball came out. Was he down, though?
They're calling it down.
Coming out where there was Evan Fitzpatrick, but I believe he's going to be called down. Now, let's see. I don't know. Refs are pointing all kinds of places.
The linesmen were pointing down, and the referee is pointing in Hiller's favor.
Oh, it's going to be Hiller's football. So the Hillers come up with it.
Yeah, a little controversy on the field between the officials.
still some talking going on amongst the officials, but it looks like the Hillers are going to have the football.
Yep, first and 10 from the 36.
So that is absolutely huge for the Hillers. Just when Wayland was about to get the ball back.
I didn't see who it was, but Dressen was running, and our guy was holding on for dear life and dragged him down. Ooh.
A pitch to Bellafato. He's dragged out of bounds.
That's a big hit there on the out of bounds.
It looks like he got about 4 yards on the sweep.
Carried by Bellafato around left end for a gain of 4.
Yeah, hard run. Took a hard shot on the sideline.
Second and 6 for the Hillers.
So the Hillers get the ball back. Turnover on the punt. A fumble by Wayland, and what a break for the Hillers. Second and 6 from the 32. Rivard going to throw to his right,
Wide
and it's
open.
complete to Pantera. And the defense ready for it, but Pantera able to work his way to about the 29.
Yeah, the Wayland not really playing a press defense on him. He was wide left alone 5 yards downfield. Made the catch, but then he couldn't get any yards after.
That brings up 3rd and 3 for the Hillers. 3:52 and counting left to go in the third quarter.
So third and 3 on the 29 going in.
Back up to the line goes Rivard and the offense. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. Takes the snap, and he will hand it off.
Bellafato up the
Run
middle.
up the middle, and is Wayland saying they got the football?
I think they're saying they probably didn't get the first down.
All right.
What Wayland's probably saying.
So Bellafato
Right up the middle.
goes up the middle and stopped just short.
Fourth and less than a yard for the Hillers.
The Hillers will have another crack at it, however.
So we're in a similar situation before, similar field position, 4th down, but this time it is only inches rather than 10.
Right. Yeah, you don't need a 15-yard play here.
Right. And they've had good luck getting the yardage, positive yardage on the run, but now that Wayland knows, this is a short yardage play, and Wayland's going to be ready for it. Now it's all about who gets lower.
Wayland fans getting loud as Rivard takes the snap, hands it off to Bellafato, and he is going to have enough plus some, shooting up the far side. And it looks like he's brought out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he was able to get through the line, then burst it out to the sideline, and then take it down the sideline for another 15 yards.
You're going to say he stepped out at around the 15, but that ends up being an 11-yard pickup.
15-yard line.
And what a burst there from Bellafato.
Yeah,
it looks
really
like he
was.
stopped dead in his tracks.
Yeah, that's the perfect word to describe it. Yeah, it was a burst. Hit the line, everything stopped, and then boom, out he came.
So now it is 1st and 10 from the 15. Brevard going to line it up out of the gun. Man in the backfield. Two receivers spread out to his left. He'll throw the screen to Pantera. Pantera takes it up the left side hash marks and is dragged down at around the 12-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup. Pantera having quite a night at 95 yards receiving in the first half.
Oh, good for him. That's great. Great production.
20 yards in the second half. So doing some quick math, that's 115 yards.
There you go.
Just inside the Warrior 15-yard.
You're a bold man to lay your math right out there on
Well,
for
there
everyone to
was
hear.
a 5 and a 0,
Yes.
so I figured I could handle
Good.
it.
You didn't have to take off your shoes.
If there was like 3s and 4s, forget it. It's not happening. Rivard up to the line, out of the gun. In the backfield is Fossbender. Two receivers either side. Takes the snap, pitches it over to Fossbender. Fossbender up the near side, and he will be dragged out of bounds at around the 6 or 7. A nice pickup there.
Yeah, that's a great play. You see that a lot in the college game, that option play where the quarterback pitches it to the halfback right when he's about to take a shot. And it takes a lot of courage by the quarterback to stand in there for that. And a nice run by Fossbender around the end.
So a pickup of several yards.
And 3rd and 2 at this point.
About the 7-8 yard line, somewhere in that area.
Ball looks to be placed around the Warriors' 7-yard line.
Vard goes out of the gun. Fossbender once again in the backfield. Motion left to right. Hands it off to Fossbender. We get a whistle.
Kind of false start. Oh, encroachment on the defense.
It's going to be against the defense. That's going to help the Hillers even more. That'll be half the distance to the goal. So that's going to put them at around the 4-yard line.
It's going to be 5 yards instead of half the distance.
Encroachment on the Warriors.
Because they'll get the whole 5 yards. Yeah, they'll get
All right, it is 5 yards.
Yeah, they'll get the whole 5 yards, not down to the 3.
3-yard line of the Warriors.
Big break for the Hillers. Huge opportunity here. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Hillers very much threatening.
And first down. Automatic first down.
Vard out of the pistol. Fossbender in the backfield. Fossbender up the middle, and looks like he's going to be stopped short.
Bent backwards.
Maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, I don't know how much forward progress he got, but he was bent right backwards.
Cooper Fossbender so far tonight, 35 yards rushing.
Looks like they're second down from about the 1.5.
Second and goal from about the 1.
They got about 15 seconds to get it off before the end of the quarter. Fossbender in the backfield.
Well, they don't necessarily have to get it off this quarter.
No.
It's going to be another handoff to Fossbender, and he is stopped either right at the line of scrimmage or for a small loss. The defense was very ready for that play.
Yeah, that's the end of the quarter there.
Fossbender again on the carry. Stopped short.
All right, so end of the quarter. We'll switch ends. 13-6 Wayland lead. We'll step aside and let you enjoy some of the scenery here on HCAM.
So we're looking at third and goal from about the 2 here. Fossbender back out there in the backfield. These 2 failed attempts through the middle. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, we want to give a big thank you to Friends of Hiller Football for the pizza.
Yeah, there you go.
And it off the snap, keeper up the middle. Touchdown Hillers! Julian Rivard on the keeper.
That's his second touchdown with a keeper tonight.
1-yard touchdown run by Rivard, and that'll make it a 13-12 game.
Oh, I'd get out there, run that same play right here, and take the lead.
It looks like they're going to attempt the extra point. The snap and the kick. And it is good. Tie game. A 13-13 game. The Hillers get the job done. They take advantage of a Wayland fumble on a punt. And they are able to get the Rivard touchdown and the extra point.
Yeah, they had trouble on the drive before, couldn't get anywhere. Started at the 25. All they did was go backwards 7 yards. Then they gave the ball back to Wayland, and they got it back right back on a fumble, and they were able to cash in this time, tie the game.
That ended up being a 31-yard drive that lasted a little under 5 minutes.
Wow.
Well, we've had some crazy things on special teams, so that'll be something to watch the rest of the game.
Yep.
The Hillers set to kick it away, left to right across your screen, and Wally, it's very much anyone's game.
Sure is. Early in the fourth quarter, tie game. Now I kind of want to see the coverage here. I hope that our kicker here can get a little bit higher, so the coverage can get down there and cover the kick before the big run back. But he does have a nice leg, kicks it deep. I'd like to see him get a little higher.
Set to kick it away is Winslow. And it's a beauty of a kick, end over end.
Fumble.
Dropped that around the 10-yard line and picked back up by Benjamin Wright. He'll take it up the far side, and he'll be brought down at around the 25-26 by a herd of Hillers.
Yeah, once he put that, we've seen that a few times on kickoffs, the ball's hitting the ground.
Special teams is where the action's at tonight, Wally.
Yeah, that's where they see excitement. But yeah, he put that on the ground, and then he had to come pick it up, and then I was looking for a block in the back after that, but I didn't see one. But when it gets to be confusing, everyone's just laying on people out there, so let's see if the Hillers defense can hold Wayland now.
Wayland going to start this drive from their own 28. Up to the line they go. Out of the gun, motion along the backfield, Walker in motion, and it's going to be a sack in the backfield. It looked like Keenan couldn't get anywhere. He was going play action and just got dragged down.
Yeah, nice tackle for a loss there. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 12 here.
So that brings up 2nd and 12. And this Hiller defense, they must be pretty amped after getting the tie. They know it's on them here.
Yeah, momentum swung up the other way now. They're feeling it.
Keenan takes the snap back to pass under pressure, eludes a tackler. Now trying to work his way forward, and he's brought down. Leading the way, the senior Cooper Fossbender.
Yeah, they were all yanking at the ball too, hoping to get it free, but he was able to hang on to it.
That's going to bring up 3rd down for Wayland.
3rd and long here.
And it looks like they're going to give him pretty much no progress on that last play. Oh, they're moving back some more, Wally. This is a late flag that came in.
Another flag.
So I'm going to.
Excuse me, the decision is to change the penalty. With marked off against the Warriors.
And that was a block in the back there by Wayland.
So another big break for the Hillers. And that pushes them back to the 16-yard line.
Looking at 2nd and 22. 2nd and 22.
So long 2nd down here. We're in the 4th quarter. Tie game, 13-13. Opening night, Hillers Wayland. Doesn't get any better than this. Out of the gun, low snap, and it's still loose on the ground. Who's going to get it? It looks like Wayland will keep it.
Ooh.
Wayland just able to land on it, but they will lose a few yards off of that. debacle.
Yeah, bad snap. Quarterback could not handle it. One of the other players was able to jump on it. And now it's third and about 25.
I believe it was Owen Finnegan
and
who was
the
able
public
to
address.
land on it.
Coach Simos in the public address gives them third and almost a mile.
Well, we'll take it. Out of the gun is Keenan, and he's going to pitch it. It's going to be a sweep up the right side, and a good gain there, but still a long way to go.
Got about half the yardage they needed back, so at least they won't be punting from the shadow of their own end zone.
That makes it fourth and about 15 to go from about the 27-yard line, and they will certainly punt it away in this situation.
Ooh, a low punt.
And a low punt to about midfield. And here comes the return. It's picked up. He eludes one tackler, cutting the near side, Petruni. And Petruni will be brought down at around the 45. Good field position for the Hillers.
A lot of work for no gain on that return.
Return by Charlie Petruni.
He picked that up and then paid for it. He got hit about 3 times, but he was able to hang in there.
They still didn't fall. It just shows the toughness right there.
Right.
And he couldn't get very far, but that's okay. It was a valiant effort.
He would have been stopped for a loss if the first 2 guys had gotten him.
Correction, first and 10 for the Hillers at their own 45-yard line.
The Hillers offense will line it up. Rivard out of the gun, takes the snap, back to pass, rolls to his left, throws up the middle, and it's caught. A dangerous pass.
Yeah, right up the middle, across his body, back upfield to Pantera for a gain of 10.
And he goes to the most trustworthy target.
And they give him the first down.
Yep, 10-yard play there.
First and 10 for the Warrior 45-yard line.
Up to the line they go. Rivard out of the gun, motion left to right. Takes the snap, throws the screen to Pedroli, and Pedroli fights his way forward. Brought down at around the 41, about a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, so we're looking at 2nd and 6 here. The Hiller offense is really moving the ball now.
You see the offense starting to come into a rhythm a little bit. They're starting to move a little faster to get to the line.
Yeah, and they're clicking out there. The short passes are doing a great job. Rivard looks really good tonight. So Rivard's out there. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. No, sorry, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 receiver, 1 running back. Foss.
He'll hand it off, run up the middle, Bellafato. And he got maybe a yard. So that brings up 3rd down and about
5.
Looks like about maybe 4.
It's about 3rd and...
Yeah, they marked it just shy of the 40. First down marker.
Yeah, 3rd and 5.5.
Yeah, 3, 4. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. The players can't see the yellow line, so they just have to go for it.
Rivard going to line it up out of the pistol. Takes the snap, backpedals, throws to his right. Incomplete. Good defensive play there. And I believe it was Finn Bernstead knocking it down. That brings up 4th down. It looks like the Hillers might punt it away.
Yeah, right when we started talking about how good the offense was moving and everything looked good, they stopped. But they are moving it with authority here, and even that play was, it was a good, good looking play. They got to the line quick, played it, confidence.
Now we have all the Hiller fans cursing at their TVs.
Yeah.
The snap and the kick. End over end it goes. Back to the 10-yard line. The
Good
return
coverage.
will go nowhere. No, he's still up. Micaiah Walker takes it far side. Up the sideline he goes to about midfield. Unbelievable. How did he get out of that?
I don't know, but there is a flag down at the 15-yard line.
Could this be coming back?
They had him dead down there. 3 guys on him, and then he broke free. And then there's a flag back at the 15. I'm going to guess it was a block in the back, but I don't know.
Well, we know it looks like it's going to be against Wayland.
Yeah.
They are marching this back.
So we're waiting for the call from the officials here.
The call is blocking the back.
Blocking the back.
Back is indeed the call.
Walker's return will come back. The Warriors will take over. First and 10 around the
I don't know how he broke free. That wasn't the block on the back. He somehow got himself free from 3 defenders.
That was unbelievable, I must say.
I thought the coverage was great on that punt by the Hillers. They just couldn't get him down.
And
That's going to be, from the 15, it's going to be half the distance to the goal probably, I'm guessing.
7, you think?
So first and 10 from the 7 or so?
That looks like about where they marked it. So Wayland going to have some work to do. 6:46 left to go in this 4th quarter. We're still tied here at David M. Hughes Stadium.
Oh, 2 men in motion, that's a legal shift right there.
You called it there.
They called a
got a
timeout.
timeout off.
They called a timeout while they were confused.
So they had a little confusion. They get the timeout call in time. A nice break there for Wayland. According to the scoreboard, it looks like they're at the 9-yard line.
6:46 remaining in the 4th quarter.
We don't have the best angle from here.
No,
Wally. It would
yeah,
certainly
especially-
help if we were a little higher up.
Especially toward the goal lines.
Score tied at 13.
We'll try to get you some TVL scores, as there are a lot of other big games going on.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying, yeah, we'll see what everybody else is doing.
All right, at the half, Foxborough leading Holliston 12-7 over at Comedian Field. And we'll try to get you some more TVL scores as the broadcast continues. But back to action here. 1st and 10 from the 9, out of the gun, takes the snap, looks up the middle, and it's caught just over the reach of the defender, and a beauty of a catch by Peyton Morin.
Yeah, I thought the Hillers were going to get their hands on that ball. Just floated it over the defender's fingertips.
That ends up being about a 20-yard pickup.
29-yard line, a gain of 20 on the
Yep, exactly 20. That's their biggest pass play of the evening for Wayland.
That's actually really their only reception of the evening. And it's going to be a handoff, run up the middle. He'll get to about the 25.
Max Dressens on the
And that was Dressens on the carry.
Yeah, 5 yards. Boy, when he gets the ball and runs, he looks like he gets about 20 yards every carry, even though he's only going 5.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a player to watch in the second half. In the second half alone, he has 38 yards rushing on 4 attempts. And he's going to get the call again here, and he's going to burst up the middle.
Wow.
And fight his way into Hiller territory before being brought down by Reese Goldweber.
Yeah, and if our paperwork is correct, he's just a junior.
1st and 10 for the Warriors.
He'll certainly be a player to keep your eyes on over the next couple of years. And they marked him at the 48. So that ends up being an 18-yard pickup. So he is just adding on to his impressive yardage numbers in the second half. And he's going to get the call once again. This time the Hiller defense ready for it. And he gets tripped up and brought down right around the 46.
Yeah, just about 2 or 3 there on that carry.
I think it was
But
Cooper
boy, he
Falk
really is
there.
slicing through the Hillers.
2nd and 8 just outside the 45.
Second and about 7 to go from the 46. Wayland looks to the sideline for the play call. They're ready to go. Out of the gun is Keenan, back to his right. He'll pitch it back to Dressens. Dressens gonna sweep the far side, takes a big hit.
Charlie Petruni on the hit.
Charlie Petruni just lays him out. There is a flag, though. This could be... I'm not going to say what it could be until we get the penalty, actually. I've been wrong all night.
Yeah, Fossbender was catching up to him from behind, and Charlie Petruni really gave him a wallop
Was he
right on
leading with the helmet?
Could be.
That could be a possibility what this flag's about.
He really, really got him with a good shot there, right at the line of scrimmage. No,
I didn't quite see if it was helmet to helmet, but
I couldn't either.
The way he was going in, it could have
going in hard. Personal foul, headshot.
That's it.
Call is personal foul, contact to the head on the helmet.
Helmet-to-helmet contact is the call. Wayland going to move up 15 yards.
First down.
So up to the 31 they go, and they have a new set of downs.
On the Hopkinton 30-yard line, where the Warriors will be the first and 10. 4:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. 13-13.
Out of the gun, two backs set.
Walker in motion.
And
Fake
he is
pitch.
going to throw it to his left to Walker on the screen. Double screen there, and Walker able to work his way up the sideline.
Caught from behind.
25.
Yeah, caught from behind by Cooper Fossbender. Nice tackle. But a nice play from Wayland there. Get it 5 yards. 6 yards.
6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 now for Wayland. Wayland mixing up their offense a little bit here on this drive, adding in some of the pass game as well.
There's Walker
Go out
in
of the
motion.
pistol this time, and he'll hand it off to the up back. It is Caulfield fighting his way up the middle for a yard or two before being brought down by Charlie Petruni. That's only the second time we've seen Caulfield get the ball tonight.
And here's an important third down for Wayland and for Hillers. They need to stop him here. Then it'll be interesting to see what... I think they're in 4-down territory here for Wayland. So they got to stop him here and then stop him again, probably.
3rd and 3 from the 22. Just under 3 minutes left to go in regulation. Out of the pistol, hands it off, fighting his way up the left side. Hash marks is Caulfield, and he fought his way up to about the 15, enough to move the chains. They'll mark him officially at the 16, a 6-yard pickup, but a new set of downs for Wayland.
Now this is where the clock is starting to get important here. It's only 2.5 minutes to go in the game here. Wayland can take their time and then score. So Hopkins has to watch the clock here. They might want to start taking some timeouts. Think about it, depending on how fast Wayland operates.
Keenan back to pass, throws to the end zone over the head of his wide open intended target, Owen Finnegan. Wow, they just sent Finnegan really on a go route there. He was wide open up the middle of the field.
He was wide open.
Pass slightly overthrown.
I think with the success that Dressen's having, I would keep giving it to him. The clock will still run. Might be able to get it in with not very little time left on the clock. The Hillers have to kind of watch the clock here because they want to get the ball back.
Well, unfortunately for the Hillers, that play did stop the clock.
Right.
Out of the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off. Dressens fighting his way up the middle. The defense ready for it. Yeah, he got maybe a yard, if anything.
For a gain of about 5 yards.
Hard to tell from here.
Yes, I guess so.
Wayland continues to drive 3rd and 5, just outside the Hiller 10-yard line.
And about a minute 45 left here in the game. Wayland's on the 11-yard line. We're right in crunch time here.
Out of the gun, takes the snap, and he will hand it off. And it looks like he'll be stopped short
Yeah, good tackle up the middle there for the Hillers.
Once again, on the carry, stopped short of the first.
That was Dressens getting the call, and
Timeout.
you got a couple. We get a timeout now by the Hillers.
Hopkinton timeout. Good call for a timeout there.
So that brings up a 4th down for Wayland. Unless you want to kick a field goal, you're going for it.
Right.
So this is a crucial play in this game. You stop them, you get the ball back, you still very much have a chance.
This is all about how confident Wayland is in their field goal kicker. And we'll know when they come out to line up, one way or the other.
We have a final from Ashland. The Ashland Clockers defeated Dover Sherborne 34-19 was the final.
Yeah, it sounds like Dover Sherborne came back a little bit, and Ashland put a stop to that as soon as they could.
So Ashland starts off the season in the win column. Hiller defense getting a big applause as they come back out to the line.
Now, I'll be interested to see what Wayland actually tries to do here.
Norton Lancers leading Randolph 23-15 in the 4th quarter.
And it looks like Wayland's offense is coming out in the field.
They're going to go for it. Well, it looks like who's out there at quarterback? Okay, they do indeed have Keenan in the game. Finnegan is lined up to the right of him. Takes the snap, and he'll hand it off. And marching into the end zone is Dressens. That is a 9-yard touchdown run by the captain, Max Dressens, the junior.
So they had a lot more confidence in Dressens than they did in their field goal kicker. Big touchdown for Wayland right there.
Huge. It was a great fake, threw the defense off guard, and Max Dressens bursts up the right side hash marks into the end zone.
So this is really going to put, obviously, Hillers in a behind the 8 ball here, coming out with only a minute and 20 to go. And they're going to have to go as far as they can after the kickoff return.
Dylan Engelhardt trying to make it 7.
Blocked.
And it's blocked. Someone got a hand on it. It'll remain a 6-point game.
So that's two blocked extra points for the Hillers tonight, which keeps them in a 6-point game. If they can score a touchdown, they can win it with the extra point.
Well, they'll have to have a nice 2-minute drill.
Or a minute and 15-second drill.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get a big return and set themselves up somewhere in really good field position.
Or at the rate this game's going, draw a penalty on the return.
Right.
Wayland will be kicking off right to left. That will be, I believe, with the win.
Not sure how many timeouts the Hillers have. I think they've only used one this half.
Christian Pereira is back to receive for the Hillers. The lone man in the backfield. Set to kick it away. Dylan Engelhardt, who's done a nice job with the Wayland kicking game tonight. He'll send this one end over end, and it'll be retrieved at around the 6 or 7. And here he goes, fighting his way up the middle, and a pretty good return as he fought his way to about the 33-yard line. And that's where the Hillers offense will come out and start this drive.
With a minute and 14 left in the game. So pretty close to the minute and 15-second drill I said they're going to need to run.
So here comes the Hillers offense. First and 10 from the 33.
So the Hillers are really
left.
The Hillers are really going to have to show that they've improved in their clock management here. They're going to have to use the sidelines and use their timeouts. And they have to go all the way for a touchdown. A field goal is not going to win it for them.
Rivard lines it up out of the gun, motion along the right side, takes the snap, looking up the middle. It's caught by Pantera
right at midfield.
A 17-yard pickup.
And they have not called the time, or have they? The clock stops for the chains to move, and they have not called the timeout. They're using their time wisely here. The clock has stopped, and there it runs.
And they are ready to go.
That's impressing me.
up the left side, incomplete, a little underthrown towards Christian Pereira.
Now I'm really impressed now that the Hillers came out of that play with a ready to go right after that play.
Some lighting off in the distance, Wally. Hopefully we can get these final seconds in.
Just a little mood lighting.
It's heat lighting, right?
Yeah, it means nothing, right? So 57 seconds to go here. Hillers at midfield, 1st and 10. And so far they've used the clock wisely.
Up to the line goes the offense. Rivard out of the gun. Man in the backfield, motion right to left, takes the snap. Looking to his right, airs it out towards Pantera, score!
And he's gone! He's gone! He's got a touchdown!
Touchdown!
Oh!
Hillers! A 50-yard touchdown reception!
Sam Pantera really fighting off the defender.
Unbelievable! And it's a tie game!
46.
Sam Pantera!
Boy, what a throw by Julian Rivard, and what a catch by Sam Pantera. And then to fight off the defender and break free for the touchdown.
There is 46 seconds left on the clock. This extra point for the lead. John Winslow out for the extra point attempt, but first, we're going to get a Hiller timeout.
Yeah, not such a bad idea. Bring everybody back down so everyone's aware of what they need to do in this extra point. What an exciting play right there.
Talk about an action-packed first night.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The Julian Rivard to Sam Pantera connection, that is going to be something to watch.
Yeah, great 50-yard touchdown play.
And we have a final from Millis. Tri-Valley defeated Millis via a shutout, 12-0. And we have a final between Norwood and Stoughton. Norwood over Stoughton, 14-7.
All right, we've had 3 blocked extra points in this game so far today. The Hillers cannot afford to get this one blocked or miss it.
John Winslow, the sophomore, out there to try to give the Hillers the lead.
Big pressure kick on the sophomore.
The Wayland fans making some noise. Snap, kick, and it's good! Hillers take the lead!
Wow, great play. Wayland did come through the line, but he was able to get the kick over them. Big turn of events here in the last 45 seconds of the game.
So barring any crazy circumstances, this game will be settled in regulation.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, that's the minute 15-second drive we had hoped to see.
Quite unbelievable. That last drive went 67 yards in a minute and 14 seconds, resulting in a 15-yard touchdown connection.
Wow.
Between Julian Rivard and Sam Pantera, and then a beauty of an extra point by the sophomore John Winslow.
Now the Hillers can't let anything crazy happen here. They need to cover this kick really well. They're going to be they won't be running laterals and stuff, but they got to cover this kick. And so far they have not done a great job of that, but they need to really, really smother this one.
Bear back to receive for Wayland as Winslow tees it up. Beauty of a kick.
Yeah, nice high, deep kick, big bounce.
All the way back
in the corner, just where you want it.
And here's the return, and not very much there. It was Luke DePetro-Froyo on the return. And we'll see the Wayland offense. They still have 40 seconds. This game's not over yet.
Yeah, big tackle there. Great, good coverage. Good kick, good coverage.
Ball is going to be marked at about the looks like the 18.
Yeah, just short of the 20. Yeah, good coverage, good tackle by Cooper Fossbender.
So here comes the Wayland offense. They'll need to produce about 72 yards of offense in the next 40 seconds.
So they cannot give up any big plays here, obviously.
Keenan going to line it up out of the gun. Motion in the backfield. He's going to toss it back over to Walker. Walker looking for some space, fighting his way to the far side. Up the sideline he goes, and a big gainer there.
And he gets out of bounds, which stops the clock, but that did run 12 seconds off the clock. But a big gain, though.
And
this is going to be a race.
They're going to mark him at the 38-yard line, so it ends up being about a 20-yard pickup.
This is going to be a race between the Wayland offense and the clock.
Clock is stopped, 28 seconds left to go. Keenan going to line it up out of the gun.
Bad snap.
Oh, snap, and he covers it up. And that is a huge break for the Hillers as he lands on it at the 35, a loss of 3.
And Wayland's that's going to cost them a timeout to stop the clock. That's their third or fourth bad snap of the game. So not too many, but too many for them tonight with the game this close.
Clock is down to 22 seconds.
It's going to be 2nd and 13.
And you got the added drama of some lightning off in the distance. It's been a crazy first night, Wally.
It has been. Yeah, it's been a great game so far.
Absolute battle between these two teams. And what a rivalry these two schools have created.
All right, we're back. 22 seconds to go.
Keenan going to line it up out of the gun. A back to his left. Takes the snap and play action. Back to pass. Throws to the left. And it's dropped by his intended target, Walker. Great defensive play by Ja'Kai Belafano.
So more importantly, that going to give him 3rd and long, and took 5 seconds off the clock. So now we're down to 16 seconds.
Wayland gets a couple more cracks at it to move the chains. 16 seconds left.
Yeah, they almost. It's almost like the chains aren't even an issue almost at this point.
You know they're going big here. Keenan.
Oh, jailbreak, and they've got him.
Brought down.
Big sack.
Big sack there by the captain, Jason Gerard.
And that's going to cost him another timeout. They stopped the clock. Only 8 seconds to go here.
Oh, we get a flag.
Oh.
It might be.
They're marching it off against Wayland.
It's going to be against Wayland, all right. That'll make matters worse for them. That pushes them all the way back to the 14-yard line.
It is now 4th down, roughly 34 yards to go.
So that was a holding on Wayland.
They'll take it. And you're hearing the fans stomp the stands.
Yeah, it's hard to celebrate.
For a second, I got a little nervous, Wally.
Yeah, but now it's 4th and 30, 35. 4th and 34 officially.
Here comes the Wayland offense. This is it. I mean, they need to convert on this play somehow. Or
right.
The game's over.
They have to really score a touchdown here. It'll take them 8 seconds just to get the first down. They just have to keep the play alive.
There we go. Keenan lines up out of the gun. Takes the snap, pitches it back. A run up the near side. It's the captain, Dressings, and he's brought down.
And that's it. That's the game.
That'll seal the deal. The Hopkinton Hillers are going to take it by a final of 20-19. What a win by the Hillers. They come from behind to start the season 1-0.
They get the ball back with 1:14 to go, down by 6, and win the game in regulation. What a fantastic finish.
An absolutely incredible win by the Hillers. And it was that 50-yard connection between Julian Rivard and Sam Pantera that put the Hillers in the position to take the lead with the John Winslow extra point. They get the extra point and they take the game 20-19 over the Wayland Warriors. And Wally, I'm thinking it should be a fun season if the games are going to be like this.
If every game is going to be that way, we'll take them. That was so exciting. What a finish. To get the ball back with 1:15 to go, down 6. You've had a history of clock management problems, and to come down and win the game with plenty of time to spare is fantastic. Really great job by the Hillers tonight. Great finish, great game. Offense was good, defense was good. Really exciting.
I'll tell you what impressed me the most was just Julian Rivard coming in here, first year starting. He looked as cool as the other side of the field.
I was just going to say, Sam Pantera and Julian Rivard really, really impressed me tonight. And we've seen Pantera before, we haven't seen Rivard, and boy, they really were a great connection tonight. And Charlie Petruni had a great game on both sides of the ball, too, especially on defense.
Just a tremendous win by the Hillers here in the first week of the 2023-2024 season. They are 1-0. Wayland starts off 0-1, and this should be a great rivalry for years to come, Wally.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the proximity of the schools is fairly close enough where the Wayland fans can travel here. So, yeah, it makes for a good atmosphere.
And right now the team gathered up on the field. They are celebrating, and they'll get the last thoughts in there from Coach Sanborn. Just a tremendous team victory tonight. Some key offensive plays, some key defensive plays, all facets of the game are what led to this win here tonight.
Yeah, a few of the things I was looking for, they really answered questions for me. They looked really good. The only thing is, like any high school team, they're going to come up with some penalties at poor spots in the game for them, which happened once or twice. But, it happens to every team, happens at every level here. So other than that, they showed me that they've come back from all those senior losses that we were talking about before the game, and they look just fine.
Well, Hillers are 1-0. They'll be on the road next week, and we'll be here for all the home games, but that's just about going to do it for coverage here tonight. For our crew, Ashley Simmons and John Ritz, my broadcast partner, Wally Hannaberry, I'm Tom Nappy. The Hopkinton Hillers victorious over Wayland by a final score of 20-19, and they are in the win column to start off the season. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers varsity football on HCAM. Take care, enjoy your weekend, and we will talk to you again soon. Have a good night, everybody, and go